Hi guys, this is Kits.
This is Kel.
Welcome to our channel, Kits and Kel. So before I start, I just want to say that the things that I'm gonna say right now is just based on my personal experiences. I'm not a relationship guru or anything. This is how I experience it. This is how I learned from it and how I overcame the struggles dating a younger man or even marrying a younger man. I think we should start saying it now. I've been talking a lot already. I'm actually 9 years older than my husband, Kelvin. And when we were initially dating and I tell my friends, my closest friends about it, they would tell me or encourage me by saying that age doesn't matter or age is just a number. Although it is true, a part of me would say that it did matter for the only reason that I have plans of my own that I know that will be delayed if I continue waiting for him. Because he was just 21 years old when I met him and I was already 30. I was already, stable in my career. I am biologically ready to be a mother and super ready in that case, and I'm financially okay, and all I need is a man to actually pursue me and to want to marry me and have a family with me. And when I met him at 21, I know that it will be dragged and I will need to wait even more. So age did matter in that area, and I also believe that age comes with experience, and experience comes with age. Although a lot of my married friends would say that it's not at all true because they're married for how many long years and their husband is 40 years old and they feel that they're still immature. So I am blessed that at 21 years old, that my husband right now, Kelvin, not that he's my husband, I'm saying this, but he has a great planning and he's very goal oriented and he knows what he wants in his life at a very young age. Although I needed to wait, it did feel that I am waiting for too long, like really, really long. I really wanted to get married at the age of 26, and 27 came, 28 came, 29 came, 30 came, and little did I know that I will need to add 5 more years for me to get married. So I actually get married at the age of 35 years old. So I feel that if you are in this kind of relationship as I am right now, that you are older than the man that you're waiting for, I think you have to consider the plans that you have. Are you willing to delay the plans that you have? Are you willing to not get married at the age that you want? Are you okay but to have a baby at a later age? So these are the things that you have to consider, because although age doesn't matter, the encouragement that people tells you, it does matter in terms of your planning or your goals in life. So if you are not willing to wait, then cut the relationship off. I mean, that's the best way I could say it. Don't even go into it if you're not willing to. Number 2. Oh, did I say number 1 for the first one? Age doesn't matter. But anyway, number 2 that I have struggled with or I have learned or whatnot is submission. Submission is a big thing in a relationship. I always believe that a man should be the head of the family. So a woman should submit to his husband, not the way that you are being controlled or you don't have any say, but then you allow your husband to be the man of the house. You allow him to perform his role as the father, as a provider, and you don't, be the boss just because you're older than him. So that's the hardest one for me because I was raised up to be very independent. I am the breadwinner of the family, so in a way I do decision makings. I am, again, the provider, so I just do everything for my family. I am basically the mother and the father of my family. So it's a bit hard for me to submit to anyone for that matter, specifically or especially a man who is younger than I am. So I realize that there are times that I just doubt his decisions. I just don't agree with it right away. I will need to weigh it, because I always feel that because I am more mature than him, or more, which, okay, older than him, I know better than him. But that's not really true, because as a man, he is actually wired to provide. He is actually wired to build up a family, to house a family. So for me to be able to submit to him, I will need to really tell myself that I have my own role as a wife, as a mother, and as the woman of the house. And he has his own role that I need to respect. You get what I mean, right? But in decision making, of course, as husband and wife, you have to come in the middle and discuss and compromise on the best decision for the family. But at the end of the day, I will need to respect what he thinks is best, because it's his role. You know, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I don't wanna rob him of the role that God had actually placed in his hands, and that is to be the head of the family. And I would want him to grow as a man by making decisions that he feels and he thinks by the wisdom of with the wisdom of God, that is best for the family. So if you have issues with submission, you will know that. If you have issues submitting to authorities or people older than you, younger than you, whatever, or even your parents, obeying your parents and stuff like that, and then I think you have to reconsider if you really want to go into a relationship wherein a man is younger. Because if not, you will have an issue if you decide to come together, be married, and you feel that you are supposed to be the boss because you are older. Then it's not gonna work out. Because I will always say this, that we have to respect the authority that a man was given to run a family. He has his own role, and we don't want to take that out from him. We would like to respect that, and we want him to grow in that role that he was born to have, as a father of the family and as a husband to you. Number 3. Number 3 would be, oh sorry, so itchy. By the way, I'm actually 9 months pregnant. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm itchy everywhere. So bear with me if I keep scratching. Anyway, sorry, this chair is not comfortable at all. I'm trying not to complain, but here we go. Number 3. Insecurity battles. Insecurity battles or insecurity battle? Like, yeah, but insecurities. This was a big thing for me last time. I used to be very, very, very insecure. I don't find myself pretty. I'm very short. I have muscular legs. I have really broad shoulders. I'm like an Amazon, like what my, like, whatchamacallit? So like my high school friends would call me. Is it Amazona? I don't know how you call it in English, but it's called Amazona in the Philippines. So, but basically, I have broad shoulders. I'm very short and I'm very muscular on my lower part. My legs are really, really huge. So I never really saw myself beautiful or pretty. So I have a lot of insecurities, and at the same time, I just don't feel that I deserve something really, really good that time. You have to battle with insecurities. Okay, my husband Kelvin, I must say that he's not bad looking. I think he is very presentable. He's very tall. He's like 5'11" or 6, and he is just, I mean, you will see him. You have seen him in the video. I mean, he's not really that bad looking, and with him looking like that and very young and surrounded with pretty young girls, you will really feel the insecurity, and you would think about, why me? There are a lot of young girls out there that he can actually pursue, and yet here you are feeling all these insecurities, fearing that he will leave you for a younger woman. I think that is very typical if you are not secure with yourself, if you don't know your identity, if you don't really know how you are created and how wonderfully and fearfully you are created by God. So yeah, insecurity battle. If you are battling with insecurities, you have to deal with it as well. I did not tell Kelvin that I was insecure or I am jealous with the women, younger women surrounding him, because I know that it's not their issue, but it's an issue that I need to deal within myself. I have to be secure of my identity. I should always tell myself that God created me exactly the way He wants me, and He is contented of how I look like, and I should embrace myself. I should embrace my age, I should embrace the wrinkles growing on my face, and I should embrace every single part of my bodies. So that's something that I needed to deal with myself, and I never stopped really telling myself that I am beautiful in God's eyes, and that's the most important thing, until it is true to me. You get what I mean? Until I believe it, until I came to that point when I see Kelvin hanging out with younger women or whatnot and stuff like that, I just am secure. I mean, okay, that's fine, they're younger, they're prettier, and they have nice legs and stuff like that, big whatever, but I don't care because I am secure of what I have, and I'm just happy and contented with what I have. So you will definitely experience that when you are dating a younger man, because it's very inevitable. Their friends are younger, the people that they're gonna hang out with would be younger than you are, and so you just have to like deal with it, face it, and deal with yourself, and then you're gonna get over it. So it's gonna be a problem if you won't be able to deal with it. So that's the time that I will ask you to reconsider if this is something that you really want to get into. Because again, I believe that this is not for everyone. If you don't have the special grace for it, you won't be able to overcome such kind of relationship wherein you are, as a woman, is older and the man that you're dating is younger. Number four. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's number 4, but maybe I should not give numbers to it because I don't really remember which one is next. But anyway, number 4 is the waiting game. So to be honest with you, I am not the most patient person on earth. I'm a kind of person who wants things done fast. I want my goals to be reached fast. I want everything fast. So that's just my personality. I want, if I have a goal, I would put a timeline or a due date, and I would do my best to reach that goal. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like frustrated with myself. I mean, that's just the personality that I am working on, to be more patient with people, with my own decisions, with my own plans, so that I won't go haywire when it doesn't happen. So anyway, if you are impatient and you cannot wait, then this kind of relationship is not for you as well. Because as for me, I met my then boyfriend, Kel, at the age of 21. He was just about to graduate from college, and I knew that he wanted to study again and study again and study again and get a good career. So I know that in my heart, I know that my own plans will be delayed, and because he has his own plans, I know that it's gonna add up to the delays. So I knew in my heart that getting married is not on his list yet, and I have to make a decision to wait for him or to just stop waiting for him and move on with my life. I came into that this season wherein I have to choose whether to wait or to move on, right? But at the end of the day, I have decided to wait for him but not expect anything from him. I know it's weird, but it's really like that. So my expectation is one day he will get, or he would want to marry me. But I never took any of his words as a guarantee that he will. Like, if he tells me that I'm gonna marry you in 3 years, I don't a dependent that I didn't really depend on that. What I depended on at that time was the promises of God telling me that I am gonna get married, that I am gonna be a happy mother of many children. That's the promise that I held on to. I try not to hold on to people's promises, but only God's promises for my life. Because in that way, if they fail to do their promises, I won't have that bad or ill feeling towards them. You get what I mean, right? So I always believe that the only promise or promises that are real are the promises that God had given me. So I think that what kept me waiting, that what kept me held on even more to the promise that whether it's him or it's a different guy, I will still get married anyway. I will still have a child anyway. So it's something that I didn't really worry about even though I'm growing older. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, just wait if you want to wait. Move on if you cannot wait. I think that's what I'm trying to say. There's no point of waiting for someone who is not oh, but don't take me wrong. I had sat down with Kelvin at that time and I asked him, what are your plans for this relationship? Because again, let's be honest, I'm not getting any younger. And he said that, he still have plans and stuff like that, but he does see me in his future and he wants to marry me, he just doesn't know when. So that's the time when I decided to not hold on to his words and just continue holding on to what God had told me, that anyway, I'm gonna get married, anyway, I'm gonna have a child. So that's when I was able to wait longer. So, it's true when they say that, worship while you wait or wait while you worship, stuff like that. It really works. Prayer really works a lot. And there's no other way to make it easier but to wait, pray, wait, pray, wait, pray, believe, and declare the promises that was given to you. Okay, another thing that you will need to face or possibly struggle when you enter a relationship wherein you are older and the man is younger would definitely be the name calling. So I have been called many times by my friends, closest friends that is, that I am a cougar and what's the other one? And a cradle snatcher. That I prey on young men, kind of thing. So, I wasn't offended hearing all these things because they are my closest friends. But you have to be ready. You have to be really ready to hear all those name calling, because in a way, it's true. It's not that you're preying on them because you love this young man also as well, but that's just how society is. They will tag you or call you something that is defined by the society. So it's either you get offended or you just laugh at it, because at the end of the day, they don't know you. They don't know what's happening with your relationship, the struggles that you're going through because of entering this relationship. At the same time, they're not the ones suffering if you are suffering in choosing this kind of life that you are in. But what I'm trying to say is that you cannot be offended by what people's judgments or what people would throw at you just because you decided to marry a younger man or date a younger man. I feel that it's something that you have to get used to. At the same time, it's something that you have to tell yourself not to define you. Because again, we're not preying on young men unless you really are. You will have haters, you will have bashers. There will be times that in gatherings or his gatherings, like friends are gathering and or he is in a group wherein he is together with the same age, there will be times that you will feel out of place because whatever it is that they're talking about is just bores you. Like it's just boring for you already because you've been through that stage already and you know what they're talking about. You basically just, just have to be there and listen to them and give them the wisest advice. And to be honest with you, in the group that my husband is in right now, or the team that he is in right now, specifically in church, I am actually the oldest. So then what are you gonna do, right? So at the same time, it makes me feel good because I get to learn a lot of things with young people. I get to really hear their perspective on certain things, because we are in the same generation, still generation, what generation? Generation X, right? Yeah, so you have to always change your mindset into something, positive. Like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with these young kids and I'm gonna learn something from them. I'm gonna get their new perspective about what's happening in the society, in this world, what's their opinion in this thing and that thing and stuff like that. But most of the times I'll just be quiet. You will have haters and bashers, but who cares? They will call you cougar, cradle snatcher, or let them call you whatever they want to call you, but at the end of the day, you know who you are, and you know that you have done a lot just to be able to maintain this relationship that you are in right now. It's not easy, but you're able to overcome it, and you will overcome it. Okay? And the next one would be the parents. Oh, this is a big issue. I need to be careful with this. No, really, but I am very, very blessed to have wonderful parents-in-law. They're just the best in-laws we could ever have. Of course, when Kelvin told his parents about dating an older woman, they were not happy about it. I feel so. They told Kelvin that he has to think about it, because when I reach 50 years old, my face won't be young looking as this. My features will change and I will definitely look older than him when I reach 50 or possibly 60. So it's something that they asked Kelvin to think about before really diving deeper into the relationship. So for me, and for Kelvin, what's the most important thing is to get the blessings of our parents. So that's also one of the reasons why we did not force them, or we did not push things too fast, because we always believe that blessings of the parents will keep us even more blessed in the future. As for my family, they're basically just selling me because I was already 30 and I'm still single. No, not really. My mom and my dad, they were possibly also concerned about dating a younger man, but at the end of the day, my parents are the liberated kind, wherein as long as you're happy, will support you. My mom loves Kelvin a lot. She adores him, and she had supported the relationship quite fast actually when I introduced him to her. So I never really had much issues with my parents, and we never really had big issues with his parents. All we need to do is to get their blessing and to really show them that we are serious about the relationship and that we would like to continue on and go to the next level, which is marriage. So when Kelvin asked his parents that he wants to propose to me, I think they said yes. So that's why we are married now, I guess. So the most important thing for me is that I feel that you always have to honor your parents. If there are issues with your parents because you are in this kind of relationship, I think it's good to sit down with them and let them know how you feel about the relationship, and just assure them that everything is okay and everything's gonna be okay, I think, or I feel. But if there are, like, how do I say that? If they are really against it, I think it's good that you talk with your partner on how you're gonna deal with it. At the end of the day, we want everyone to be happy in the relationship that we're in, and we want it to be healthy. We don't want people around us fighting. We don't want people around us budging and just really hating one another just because we want to be happy or just because we are in love. I think it's just fair for us to consider other people's feelings. But at the end of the day, it's your decision, both of your decisions. And my take is only that to honor the feelings and the say of our parents regarding on the things that we decide to do, regardless if we are old or we are not. They are still our parents and we want them to be happy. And yeah, so basically that's it.